This is the Lighter G305 mod. This mod takes the original G305 and turns it into a rechargeable lightweight gaming mouse. And in this video, we'll be going over the process. Things you're going to need for this project is the Logitech G305 mouse, the TP4056 board, USB Type-C female connectors, 4 to 5 inches of small wire, 30 gauge should be fine, and of course the 3D printed shell and the battery. Tools that you're going to need: small Phillips and flathead screwdrivers, mini wire cutters, super glue, 3M double-sided tape, soldering kit, which should include soldering iron, flux, solder, and a fume extractor. So before we begin, I do want to give a special shout out to the creator Aichi. He's the one who created this mod, and his link will be in the description below. I'm sure he probably put a lot of hours into this project, so definitely go show him some love. Also, a couple things before we do begin with the project. This mouse does come with its drawbacks. First of all, you will lose access to the DPI switch. Personally, I don't find this as a drawback just because you will be able to switch it in the software on the computer. Also, it's a DIY project, so your results will vary depending on the amount of effort that you put into it, as well as how much time you have to refining it. You can go through the steps of trying to figure out your printer settings, potentially sanding it, painting it, stuff like that will definitely contribute to your final results. Now right here, you do want to be careful. There are 2 wires that are connected to the top piece right here and to the bottom of the board. For this project, we're going to keep the original scroll wheel. I found the printing this circular scroll wheel difficult to print on my printer. So right here, you do want to be careful with how you take these wires out. The outer plastic is very weak. So if you do pull on it, you run the possibility of ripping off the outer layer from the wires. So what I did here that kind of helped was I began to push the outer plastic of the shell away from the wire, and that kind of freed up the wire. But ideally you do want to be kind of careful with this just because the wire is super glued to the shell. Right here, you do have to push away from the shell in order to release it. These little 3 spiky points may get stuck. Now this part is only if you're not going to be soldering. So you could run this mod using the original AA battery that comes included with the mouse. Of course, you'll just have to swap out the battery every time it runs out. And then to do that, what you'll do is just kind of take off all the extra plastic you're not going to need, which is what I'm doing here. You're going to be able to use the original connector. For our situation, we are just going to go ahead and cut the original connector off of this. This is the battery that we're using. The female Type-C connector. And the board itself. The board does come with 2 lights, 2 indicator lights. The blue one will be for when charged, and then the red one will be for charging. These pads are where you're going to connect your battery and the connector for the board. And then this end is going to be the one that connects to the female Type-C connector. V is going to be for your positive and G is going to be for your negative. We're not going to use the two inner pads, that's for data. Now, just a quick note on soldering. This is my second project that involves soldering. Before this, it did seem kind of intimidating just because it was something foreign to me. Ideally, what you want to do is just maybe watch a few videos on YouTube and definitely not be afraid to tackle this on. Don't let the soldering or not knowing how to solder stop you from taking on this project. So this is the bottom shell. As you can see, it has like a glossy finish, and that is because of the plate that I used. So it makes it sliding across my mouse pad very smooth. And here you do want to be careful with the sensor hole. You want to make sure that nothing is obstructing the view right here. Now you do want to be careful here with these supports. They are a little weak, at least with my material that I'm using. I used ASA filament and I did have to super glue that part right there. But for the most part, it should be fine. Right here, as you can see, red indicator is on, so that means it is charging. And from here, all you want to do is just secure the battery to the board. There's a really good spot right here in the middle of the board. This is the DPI button that I mentioned earlier that we will not have access to, but with the Logitech software, you should be able to change it manually. We're pretty much done here. All we really need to do is just put the shell back on. One quick note here regarding the shell. What I did was I added a little bit of extra plastic on top just to make it a little bit more clickier. It's not required, but this is just my preference. Other than that, this mod is pretty much finished. The project itself should maybe take about 1 to 2 hours, depending on your experience. And then to turn it on, all you need to do is go down there, switch it, and you should see that little light indicator turn on. Same thing to turn on and off. Thank you for watching.